Hello, I'm Crystal with It's a Journaling Thing, and I'm going to be dyeing some coffee dyed paper, and I thought I'd bring you along with me. You have to excuse my voice, I'm a little bit hoarse today. So I wanted to share my new paintbrush I got. I actually got a pack of 3. And if you're interested in these paintbrushes, just comment down below and I'll post the link. I may do that anyway, but sometimes I do forget. And I also got this pack too. These are 6-inch wide, typically used for staining a deck or something like that. But I figure it would work good to coffee dye paper in this method that I'm gonna do. So what I've got here is I've got a pan over here, and I've got my coffee mixture, and then I've just got all sorts of different papers here. I've got some graph paper, some regular lined paper, some yellow, some more graph paper, and just regular copy paper. So I'm gonna put this over to my left, and I have a big Amazon envelope under this, and also this is a puppy pee pad. So what I plan to do, I've also got some coffee in a spray bottle, but what I plan to do is I'm going to work in this area right here, and I'm going to lay paper, the paper over, and I'm going to dip it into the coffee mixture, and then I'm just going to brush it onto the paper. Do that side, and then I'll flip it over and do the other side. So what I think I'm going to do is do a regular piece of copy paper first, or have it put down first actually. And what I'm hoping to do is, after I get me somewhat of a pile on my pan, I will take it and put it in the oven and, flip it around and all that sort of thing. That color is coming off of that graph paper, which I like because it makes for some interesting paper. So I wanted to do a piece of copy paper first. And what I'm going to do is just lay it down on the pan. And then this one will go. And we're going to just mix it up, I think. I'm hoping this method is easier than putting it in your pan and pouring coffee on it and letting it soak, which I like to do that because it really stains it really well. But it makes, the longer the coffee is in, or the paper is in the coffee, it tends to make it more brittle. And it will, it could rip. And I'm just laying them on top of each other on this pan. And what I'll do is, when I put them in the oven, I'll put them in there for a little bit, then I'll flip them and switch them around and all that sort of stuff in hopes to get it to dry pretty quick. Now you can also do this and you can let it dry and do another coat of coffee. You may make it darker. See, this paper's already getting brittle feeling. And of course, you know, the more pound of paper you have, the better. It seems like this copy paper is doing pretty good, but that graph paper is much thinner. I've been needing to do coffee dyeing for a while now. I am pretty much out, and it seems like every junk journal I make, I like to put at least some coffee dyed paper in it. I don't really do the tea dyeing very much. I usually just do the coffee dyeing. Yeah, this Puppy Pea Pad works good for this because you can see it there going through, but it's not actually like going through. And this works good too. When you flip it over, you know, it's curling up. And once you put more coffee on the other side, it gets it to lay down. I'm curious to see how this is going to dry, you know, stacked on top of each other in the oven. Because that's one thing that I really don't like about dyeing papers is, I mean, when it's pretty outside, which it is here today, but I'm just trying it this way. When I do it and I can't dry them outside, I have them laying everywhere. My whole living room's full. The dish drainer's full. It's just laying everywhere. So I'm hoping this might take care of that. Do some of this yellow paper. I really like these paintbrushes. They wasn't very much either. You get 3 of them. I am curious to see how these are going to look once they're dry. Fingers crossed, guys, that this works. As far as the drying, anyway, too. Definitely, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed, I would love if you did. I've had a lot to go on in the past few years, so I've had some things kind of get in my way and all that, so I hope to get back to posting more videos. Yeah, the copy paper seems to be the best for this. I'm trying to get it on this pan as flat as I can too. Do some lined paper. Still not going through. So it's that pea pad is working good. This lined paper is thin too. But those lines will come off onto the other paper, and it really gives some good designs and some pretty green colors that I really like. I might just leave that one like that and see what happens. Try some different. And obviously, the less coffee that you have on it, the quicker, it'll dry. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna do this. Just see what happens. Yeah, it's so pretty here. I'm definitely ready for springtime. And this, as pretty as it is out there today, is a spoiler. Because pretty sure it's not going to stay this way. This graph paper really, the ink really spreads on it. Just do one side of it that time. And I'll be putting it in the oven at 300. I'll probably set the timer for like 3 minutes and then check it. Flip them around, flip them over, mix them up, that sort of thing. Yeah, that looks good. Just leave it like that. I'm going to use up the rest of my coffee. Definitely don't want it to go to waste. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty quick with this wide brush. Okay, well, I'm sure y'all get the idea of what I'm doing here, so I'm going to continue to dye some more, and I'll get it in the oven and get it dried, and then I will be back to let you all see how it turned out. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to hit the camera. So I got a pretty good stack over here. So alrighty, y'all. After I get them dry, I will be back and I'll give y'all a look at how they turned out, and I'll let you know how drying them in the oven while they're stacked up went too. So I'll see y'all soon. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Just got done drying these lovely papers in the oven, and I did leave them stacked on the one pan, but what I did is I took 2 other pans and set the timer for like 3 minutes, and when it would beep, I would take a couple pieces off of the top of the stack and put them on, other pans. I could have probably done it quicker if I was using 4 pans, but I only used 3. But I wanted to show you all how they turned out, and I'm pretty tickled with them. So yeah, I will be doing this method, more. But I think they turned out pretty good. I think these were the lined. I don't know if they were the lined or the graph, because I was trying to see something to where maybe I could tell which one it was, but needless to say, I think they turned out pretty good. I ripped this one. I did that myself. This one was a graph. But I will say this method works pretty good, and I'm thinking, they're going to be good as far as folding, because sometimes you can fold them, and if it's got, like, pretty much, coffee that's been sitting in the middle, when you fold it, it cracks and breaks. So I think these are going to be okay. But there's the lined ones. This is the yellow. And again, I set the oven at 300. And I set the timer. Definitely remember to set the timer, because I think if they, were to get too hot, they would probably maybe go up in flames, and definitely don't want that happening. This is the copy paper. I think I do think they turned out pretty good, considering if we do this, you can see the difference. So I'll just flip through these really quick. And this one here has got some green on it. Oh, I love it. And see where it was either a straight lined paper laying on it or graph paper. And I like this one. Got some pretty good designs in there. This one's got some green in it. I'm hoping you all can see it on the camera. By me looking at the camera, I don't see it real well through my camera, but it definitely is looking good in real life. And look at that. I'm not sure. I guess that was from the only thing I can think of. Well, I mean, I was going to say graph paper, but I don't know. I don't know how that got on there. Here's one that's got some green in it. Oh, look at this one. I love that. So if you all have any questions, just comment below. I love to hear from you all. I appreciate you all subscribing to my channel and being with me. It ended up being a pretty good batch. So I think if I do this, 3 or 4 times, I'll have me a good stockpile for a little while. I just use coffee dyed paper so much for just so many different things. I'm planning on doing some too with the brush method, and I'm gonna, put stencils on them. Obviously can't put those in the oven. Well, here's a graph paper that got mixed in with the copy paper. Maybe that's what that was on that one piece. The graph paper faded onto it and gave it that design. It's definitely one of the things that I love most about coffee dyeing is when it's time for them to be dry, because they look totally different after they're dry. When it's time for them to be dry and you get to flip through them and see the different, colors and designs and all that stuff that you get. And, on the back side, it could look different than the other side. But yeah, there we go. I hope y'all tried this out, and let me know in the comments if y'all did it and if you liked it, doing it this way. I'm definitely going to be doing it again. And I wanted to say too, I must have only done one of this kind of graph because it doesn't have holes in it or whatever. But I wanted to say too real quick, be careful. It wasn't too bad, but see right here where the paper's stuck? If you have a silicone mat that is able to go in the oven, that would help. I don't know. But it wasn't too bad. So it's just something that I can deal with. And I'm glad you all come with me on this new journey of coffee dyeing paper. That right there almost looks like a butterfly wing. I like looking at it and seeing what all you can find. But yeah, that's a pretty good batch. I definitely will be doing this method again, and I hope you do too. And like I say, if you want to know, you want the link to these brushes, just comment down below, and I will see if I can get the link. Because like I said, sometimes I do forget. But before we go, I'm going to read a quote or a motivational quote. So, what you do today can improve all your tomorrows. I like that one. It's pretty cool. All right, y'all. I guess that's it for this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. I love y'all.